Cast and crew have arrived here at Cineworld for The Sound of Hope, the story of Possum Trot. So excited here at the Who Am I talk, and going to get a chance again to catch up with an amazing cast. This is really surreal for me, being on the other side of the coin and being able to catch up with the most amazing talent that they have out there. So I'm excited to catch up with them all and share their story and just hear what they think about The Sound of Hope. You know, why did they decide on the script? You know, what impact do they want it to have to the world? And just want to congratulate them on such a powerful film.
Hello, it's Renee Bird from the Who Am I talk, and I know you are the
producer, writer, and director of the film. And my wife, Rebecca, also produced and wrote with me.
Incredible. And I've watched the film. It is incredible. What triggered you to want to get involved in this film?
There's a lot of things. I mean, one of them was very personal. We had adopted 2 of our own children. And as we were doing that, we were becoming more and more aware of how big this problem is in the United States. And so the crisis itself really began to feel like this is something we need to do something about. And we'd heard a little bit about this story somewhere. I mean, everybody who's working in the foster adopt space in the United States kind of knew that there was a community somewhere that had done this thing, you know, and emptied the foster system in their area. So we ended up meeting them. And once we did, it became very clear we need to do this story. If this is something that we can do, we're going to do it, commit ourselves to it. So that's kind of the beginning of it all.
And the film is The Sound of Hope, the story of Possum Trot. And what do you want the watchers, the audience, to take away from this? It's a powerful, powerful film on, you know, the incredible Martins, what they did with their children, the adoption and fostering of the children. But what do you want the impact to be?
Yeah, first, you know, people need to understand this is a small community in East Texas where 22 families adopted 77 kids. And so what we hope is that people will, like us, really learn from this community and what they did, the way that they led. I think children in need are something we can all have compassion for, and it moves really everyone's hearts. But there's something about people of faith, people who say they follow Jesus. This community is very centered around this church, Bennett Chapel. That was a big reason why they did what they did. So I think at the core of it all is really wanting people who say, look, I'm living for Jesus, this is important to me, to really look at this issue particularly and get involved, really understand their place in it. We feel like it's something that everyone is meant to be a part of in some way, whether you adopt the children or foster or just help families that are doing it. There's all kinds of different ways to get involved. So overall, we just want people to know, be reminded that these kids are there, they're suffering. We can be the solution to providing families to these kids and broken families. And it's time. We can't ignore this. There's a crisis in America right now. 400,000 kids in the foster system.
Crazy.
100,000 kids that need homes. That's just in the United States. And there's similar problems everywhere, UK, all around Europe and the world. So it's just time to turn our hearts to the kids.
Thank you. You're doing an incredible thing. Congratulations on the film. And I know it's going to impact the world, there's no question, and make them stir their souls to realise they can make a change. Thank you, Joshua. It's lovely to meet you.
You too.
You take care. Thank you. Hi, I'm here from the Who Am I Talk with Bishop W.C. Martin. He is an incredible human being, and he is the real individual behind the Sound of Hope film, the story of Possum Trot. Now talk to me, Mr. Bishop, about why did you create such a phenomenal within your community for children to be looked after? Why did you do this? I know your heart, but let me ask you, what's your inner spirit that told you to do this?
Well, you know, to be honest with you, I never even had it in my mind that all of this was going on in the community. I mean, in the system. This was totally new. But then once we got involved in it and I found out, I believe that it was God divine movement to show this country that there are children who need homes and who need families and who need love and care. I believe that God opened those doors up because of what we've done to start the movement, that it was to mushroom throughout this nation. And to be honest with you, it has, because since we did this, it has been churches and in the United States and different places, have really saw the beauty of adoption.
Yes.
And as I said today, and all of us to get back to God, we all been adopted. So I think that one of the things need to happen now, that this should be a wake-up call for the church.
Yes.
That we have done so many things because we really don't understand what James 1:27 means. Pure religion is undefiled, that God accepts that we take care of the widows and the orphanage, and we have just messed that up. In my opinion, God has an indictment against the church because we have not done due benevolence to the children. And it's time now to flip this script and time for us to raise up and do something different than what we've been doing. If you continue to do the same thing, you get the same result.
That's right.
It's time for a change now. So let's look at this thing from a spiritual perspective. God adopted me. Since he adopted me, let us reach out.
Amen.
Because we are our brother's keeper.
Yes.
And we should do the same thing to others that don't know what love and wisdom and understanding is all about, don't know what a mother and a father. Let's reach out and get them. And I challenge every pastor throughout this nation, come out of your office, stop allowing your executive director to take care of everything. Come out of your office. And if you can't do what I've done, at least tell your congregation and tell them, hey, look, we need to empty this system out.
Yes.
And let's get to work and roll up our sleeve and get it done.
Amen. And here is First Lady, Donna Martin. Lovely to meet you. I'm from the Who Am I Talk.
It's so lovely to be here.
Oh, lovely to meet you. And you, as a lady, took on the mantle to look after these beautiful children. What inspired you to want to do that? What was the trigger in your heart?
As I said this morning, after the death of my mother, and long story, fast forward, it was put into me from birth, I believe. It was put in, my mother was the trailblazer. Her name was Bertha Lee Grisby Cartwright, and she had 21 children and just taught us so much love and compassion for one another. And I just thought, and felt that everybody had, you take for granted that everyone had what you had. And to the day that she died, and then months after, cried out to the Lord, and he just began to, I'm telling him that no child should lose a mother. And then one day he told me, he says, okay, I want you to think about those children that's out there that did not have what you had in a mother. Foster, adopt, give back. That's where it came from. It was given to me. It was shown. I lived in it every day. The unconditional love, the nurturing. Back then when I was a kid, we didn't go to doctors. If we had a headache, we told mother, and she set you on her knees and she rocked and prayed. She's a prayer warrior, intercessor. And not only did she just take care of us, she took care of the community children. Every child was important. When you came to my mother's space, you left out feeling and knowing that you had a purpose in this world. And I want to be able to share that. I can only give what was given to me, and I know that what we have given out, it works. I just want to share it with the whole world. I'm so glad to be here in the UK.
We're so happy to have you here.
Thank you. I know she's looking down from heaven right now.
Amen.
And so proud.
Yes,
and I'm so proud of what she gave. Unconditional perseverance, never stop, no matter how hard it got. She didn't look at it. She called on a God who was able. Hey, to do some things.
Amen. Now, I'm just inspired. The story of The Sound of Hope, the story of Possum Trot is just incredible. And First Lady, thank you for all you've done. And thank you for starting this, I call it the trailblazing. You followed your mum's trailblazer, and all it's going to do is do some incredible things and teach the world that love conquers all. Amen. Hi, so Who Am I Talk? And I'm here with Chris Kandaya. And tell me a little bit about yourself, Chris.
So here, I'm here in a personal capacity. I'm an adoptive father, and I used to work with government trying to innovate in adoption. And you might know this from today, that black children wait 3 times longer than anyone else to get adopted, and we think that's completely out of order. And so for me, this film is so important because it shows what can happen when a community, a church, or just people of goodwill step forward and offer love and compassion to children in the care system.
Yeah, that's amazing, and you are doing incredible things, and it feels personal, the fact that you've experienced it, so you can watch something and know what you want to do and achieve from it. But congratulations on what you're doing, and you're changing the world. That's what we're here for, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah, it is personal to us. As an adoptive dad, my 4th child, we had 3 birth children, then we adopted our 4th, and then we foster our 5th and 6th. And our 4th child was from a mixed race background, and so we knew she'd wait a long time to find an adoptive family, and so we were able to step in, and she's flourishing now. Really exciting to see her growing and just making an impact in the world. So yeah, thanks for being here.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, it's Rennie Bird, and I'm here from the Who Am I Talk podcast, and I'm here with the most incredible Letitia Wright. Hi, Letitia.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm very well, and obviously you're known for an incredible film called The Black Panther, which I adore, but you've come one step further and dig a bit deeper, and this script, what triggered you to want to get involved in The Sound of Hope, the story of Possum Trot?
2020, I saw this beautiful interview with the Martins and Oprah, and I knew that they were the intention was to make a film based on this story that's gone nationwide, just everybody knew about the Martins back then in the 90s. So that was the first pulling, and then also seeing from my own life, my aunt, I have an aunt, Auntie Anne, we call her, and she opened her home to young kids who needed foster caring, and I just saw firsthand what love did for them and what care did for them. So it was it just synced up to what I had grown up seeing, and I wanted to be behind something that would inspire the world to stand up for children.
Thank you. And she's executive producer, so she's behind the scenes.
Yeah.
That was different for you, I must say, Letitia. How did it feel getting involved, looking from the other side where you're normally the person that's acting?
It was cool. I had done it before. I did it with, I acted and produced Silent Twins. I acted and produced Surrounded, and also my own films at 316. So I knew what that seat felt like. So it wasn't anything too new. It was just another day at the office, really, and just wanted to make sure that my input was, adding to the film and contributing to the film as much as possible.
Amazing. And lastly, what impact do you want this film to have on the audience globally, worldwide?
I want people to be moved by the story, to tap in and see how they can help children, and I want children to get the help that they need, whether it's in the US or the UK. I don't want any child to be without a home.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us. God bless you.
God bless you.
Bye. Congratulations on the release of the film on the 11th of October. You're here in London. How does that feel? That's the first thing.
It's surreal.
I know it must be.
I'm in London promoting my film. It's mind-blowing.
I'm so inspired by you. When we was in the House of Commons, I saw a very emotional moment. I didn't realise it was that personal to you. And now I understand even more how you played the role of Donna Martin. I get it even more. And I said to you in our last call, what do you want everyone to really take away from this film? Now I know it's even more personal.
Yeah. I want people to really be inspired to do something. I think we're all called to do something. I don't know what that is. I think every person has to search themselves and figure out what that is. And for me, this film has made it super clear about my purpose in life and why I went through what I went through.
Yeah.
And so I think that's my desire, for people to take away this calling to go out and be a part of the solution for vulnerable kids everywhere in the world.
Congratulations. I'm going to let you go, and I'll see you soon. God bless you.